Continue with those hotspot areas. This time in KwaZulu-Natal, the Justice, Crime Prevention and Security Cluster, they're identifying several areas ahead of the 2019 general and provincial elections. Chairperson of the JCPS, MEC Mxolisi Kaunda, says in eThekwini, wards 4, 80, 99, 91, 45 and 102 have been identified as areas of concern. Our reporter Ayanda Mhlongo joins us now for an update on the special voting in Durban and more. Ayanda, a very good evening to you. Let's first start with how special voting commenced.
A very good evening to you, Tsepiso and Griselda, coming to you from the Result Operating Centre here in Durban. Yes, well, a better day today, largely more calmer than from the incident that happened yesterday, which led to the special voting process being delayed in the morning as ISC officials were unable to reach the various homesteads due to community protests, as well as difficulties with access. As you know, that the city of Durban and parts of KwaZulu-Natal suffered severe floods in the last coming weeks. But today, the situation much better from the IEC. Work started off as early as 9 a.m. this morning, and they have been able to make up the lost time from yesterday. Around midday today, over 54,000 people had cast their votes, majority of them through the home visit. So the IEC was confident that they were going to be able to reach very close, if not all, those people that had applied for the special vote. So they're quite happy that the 2 days have gone well.
Okay, so that's the special votes. I want to talk about the security concerns. As I mentioned earlier on, certain hotspot areas have been identified. There were protests that delayed some of those special votes as well. Take us through that.
Yes, certainly security is a big concern here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. As you know, that it is a province that has been identified as one of the hotspots, and so there has been quite a huge deployment of police officers in various areas, and we're seeing now that more areas have been added to that list. That's a result of the protest, but we've also had incidents of shootings, we've also had incidents of intimidation and threats on IEC officials, and therefore those areas are now seen as a high risk area, and additional police have then been deployed. We also hear from security agencies that we have the South African National Defence Force that is also on standby to assist, but from the police's point, saying that they have enough resources on the ground. Of course, they're also assisted by the reservists who will also be beefing up the security here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. But tomorrow, Tsepiso, I can say that the concern is around security, and that is something that from the morning, the police officers are going to be out early in the morning. That is going to be one of the issues that we're going to be looking out for tomorrow morning.
So just to get a sense of what it is that people are displeased about, areas such as Zululand District, Abequlusi and Edumbe have been identified, including Alfred Duma municipalities. What are people's main gripe? Is it service delivery issues, or are they unhappy about something else?
Most of the protests at BISO have been service delivery related issues, from water to housing to road infrastructure, and communities are saying that these are not new issues. These have been concerns. They've had protests in different areas. They've had protest marches. They've handed over grievances. They've been promised by the municipalities. They've been promised by the provincial government that they were going to get services, and they're saying that it's come to a point now that this is the only way to get the attention of the authorities, hoping that if they protest now, and with the threat, of course, of elections, that they're going to get that attention that the government is going to deliver. So many of the issues that they raised centered around service delivery issues. Many of these communities, as I was saying these are not issues that have just come out now. It's been for many years that they have been complaining about housing, etc.
Ayanda, quick and final question. Are people going out to vote in their numbers tomorrow? And what about the threats of IEC officials going on strike? Is that emanating from KZN as well?
Certainly, it will just depend on the area where you are, Tsepiso, on the grievances or concerns from the community. In some areas, yes, people are very eager and gearing up and ready to go out and cast their votes tomorrow. Others will tell you that they will not. They have chosen to abstain tomorrow, saying that they're not happy with the current conditions and they see no reason for them to go out and vote. So it really just depends on the different communities where we are. But in terms of the IEC, there's no issues that have come up with IEC officials. All the officials are where they should be. The IEC says it's trained the officials, they are ready. There's been no grievances from IEC staff, and so that they are saying that they are ready for tomorrow.
And of course, we'll hear more from Ayanda Mhlongo and other of our reporters across the country. But remaining in KwaZulu-Natal, the security situation, police are investigating